Update on Zoey. She never had DM. She never had arthritis. The balance issues of her not being able to walk and having issues running and playing at the park have all been an inner and middle ear infection that you actually cannot see, through the outer ear, especially if you've been spraying the outer ear with topical home remedy solutions, to get rid of mites and stuff. Yeah, go ahead and you can spray that, spray your ears, or spray your dog's ears, and those mites will actually move deeper into their ears, which is what happened with Zoey. So that turned into an ear infection turned into meningitis. So for the last 3 weeks, she's been fighting for her life, and we've been sitting here trying to keep her alive and pain-free. So now that I cleared all that up, and anyone that have a dog that is all of a sudden having, balance issues, I suggest you check their ears first and foremost, instead of making assumptions and trying to give them therapy for something such as DM or arthritis. And if you don't know what DM is, that's degenerative myelopathy. That's basically multiple sclerosis for dogs, and it's pretty common in German Shepherds once they get to between the ages of 8 and 10. So another reason why I was making this video was not just to give an update on Zoey, but to explain something really, 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 really important when it comes to these life-threatening scenarios. So here we have some amoxicillin. This one is, of course, the adult. I was so scared for her. We ended up giving her some adult amoxicillin to make her feel better, which is actually what saved her life. A lot of the neighbors came through and they seen how she was acting. People were like, "Oh, here's some penicillin, here's some amoxicillin, here's some ear drops." So the ear drops that we first started her on was Surolan, and that worked well for the first 3 days, and around the fourth day. Well, on the third day, she was trying to get up, trying to walk, and she was looking much better. And then after that, on the fourth day, she went back to the screaming and the howling, and which is why we know that her inner ear had turned into meningitis. She was trying to do the Exorcist neck turn. If you guys ever seen the movie The Exorcist, where the girl twists her neck around, well, yeah, that's exactly what she was doing while she was howling in pain. Okay, so we can see that this came out of the bottle, and it's this is what it looks like. A45, you see on it, pink and purple. Okay, I'm gonna put that back in this bottle, and that's a prescription. Okay, if you were to take your dog to a vet, you would have to pay your vet, about $800 to $1,000 for testing and vaccinations to make sure. Okay, so because all the neighbors here love her, one of the neighbors, whose name is Rachel, and she has a half husky, half German Shepherd that comes to play with her named Bear, and she came in, and I was like, yeah, she's about to run out of amoxicillin, and we won't be able to get anything, in time. She was like, you could buy this amoxicillin from a pet store for fish. I was like, for fish? So here we see, this is called Aquamox, and it says, controls common bacterial infections in fish. Okay, this was $45 with hi. This was $45 with the express delivery, and you can see each capsule contains amoxicillin 500 milligrams. Okay, this is not prescription. You could get this You could get this online. Like I said, really, really, way cheaper than the prescription stuff, without going to no doctors or anything. You don't have to go to a vet. You don't have to go to a doctor. This works for both, as you guys will see right now. Look at that. Look at that. Let me get one out. Look at this, guys. A45, pink, purple, A45. Same fucking pill as the other amoxicillin that requires a prescription. Okay, if your animal is like, if your pet, if your dog, your cat, you fish, need antibiotics, you do not have to go to a vet. You do not have to go to the doctor. Okay, you could buy this. You could buy this at online. You could walk into a lot of stores and they'll have it. You know, a lot of fish stores, and they'll have it. You know, on over the counter. There's some called Fish Mox. This one's Aqua Mox. There's other brands that compete for each other. But this is, if you guys can see that she's able to push her head up and complain a little bit about the pain that she's in. And believe it or not, she's not really in pain. What she's crying about right now is she probably has to go she'll probably have to go pee because she's been drinking a lot of water. So I'm gonna have to help her walk to go pee. So this is a quick video just to give you guys an update on what's up with Zoey, why she hasn't been making videos, why I haven't been posting on social media. It takes a lot of care and a lot of patience. I've honestly lost my patience many times already with this whole situation. But this is my baby girl, and I'm not just gonna give up on her like that right away. We're survivors, and she's gonna survive this shit, straight up. But just a heads up, if you guys need some amoxicillin, and you can't make it to the doctors, or you can't take your dog to, your pet to the vet, hey, do what I did. Order some shit online, and it'll come and it'll show up quick. As quick as possible, okay? So, talk to you guys all later, and I'll give you guys all an update on Zoey in a couple of days. She's looking a lot more better. She's trying to walk again, and we're just hoping that the infection, whether it seems it was all three, bacterial, fungal, and viral, all at the same time. And it was probably because I've never actually given her antibiotics. She's never been sick. We also gave her ivermectin. Believe it or not, I gave her ivermectin to get rid of the mites. That you have to kill everything. You just can't treat the ear infection. If it was because of mites, you got to make sure that the mites are gone. And again, mites are not visible, you guys. Mites are under the skin. Something I didn't even actually know until, I didn't know that. I honestly thought mites were something like lice or fleas, and they just, they're skin crawlers. But no, that's not the case. They get under the skin, and in cases for dogs, they get into the ear, and they can make it all the way into the inner ear. And believe me, you don't want to have to go through what I'd have in the last 3 weeks, or especially go through what my dog went through in the last 3 weeks. It's very painful. There's a lot of screaming and howling. There's a lot of trying to comfort, trying to hug, and trying to keep that pain down. And believe it or not, aspirin's not gonna cut it, guys. If your dog has a bad ear infection, aspirin's not gonna cut it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say, you see an inner ear infection, I'm gonna go ahead and suggest you right away put your pet on antibiotics. You don't want to go through what I went through. It's a horrible experience, guys. It's heartbreaking to see your dog or I've had Zoey 9 years. Okay, she was close to a year old when I got her. So I've had her this whole time. We've spent almost every day together. She's, she means the world to me. And, so just to put it out there, if you see your dog, your loved, your pet, starting to struggle with an ear infection, don't fuck around with topical shit. Just get the antibiotics and get it over it. Straight up. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later, and I'll give you guys an update on Zoey in probably a couple of days and see how she's doing then. All right, late.